Congratulations! You've unlocked All Apologies, a show about apology tours and demanding satisfaction. I'm your host, Trucker Andy, and with me, as always, is your co-host, Joe Sixpack. Joe, what's going on?
We have producer Chris here with us tonight, Andy, and we just covered a lot of chef-related apologies, Mario Batali and Greg Wallace over in the UK, and Jamie Oliver, what's going on with him. And so now we're carrying over into this segment. But before we get to so what are you doing, Andy?
Gordon
Ramsay,
Ramsay.
yeah?
We got a lot to cover with Gordon Ramsay. He's going to take up. It took 3 other chefs the amount of time it's going to take us to cover just one Gordon Ramsay apology because it's a fun one. It's a good one.
It's a doozy, right?
He dominates a room for sure. But before that, I guess we're going we can't not talk about the fascinating current events that are the United Healthcare CEO being gunned down in New York City, right?
Right.
So I think it was like early morning. He's walking into an investors meeting and he is shot from behind by a gunman. The speculation abound, right? I mean, I don't know how much you guys have read up on this, but there's things that are coming out, like there's words etched on the shell casings, and they find his backpack in Central Park after he flees the scene, and it's filled with Monopoly money.
Mhm.
And so
did his plan cover it, Joe?
Cover his escape, or what do you mean?
Did his insurance cover his wounds?
The CEO, he's dead. That man is dead. It was so
he didn't have enough Monopoly money.
So, but I guess maybe we should at least start with how much of this have you been following at all, Andy? Or
I've been receiving meme after meme from you. That's how I've been following
it. Of Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber laughing at the guy on the ground. Yeah, those are the memes. I keep saying it's like I send Andy 2 things: 9/11 memes and this dude getting murdered in the streets of New York memes.
Yeah,
but no, it's
You need to be careful, Joe, because your insurance is going to get turned off.
Yeah. Well, whatever. No, I'm just saying.
Or you might get shot.
And then nobody will help me. But no, are you either of you following this?
I just found out about this when you started talking.
Really? Okay, this is fascinating. Okay. So let me just tell you just a bit more before we get into these clips. Okay, so they have only 2 images of this guy. He wore COVID mask the whole time, hoodie, all kind of down. They don't have very little footage about him. They don't know very little about this guy. Younger, he took his mask off to kind of flirt with the hostel worker woman that he was staying at a hostel. Sure. And she's like, "Oh, let me see your smile." And he pulled it down. He's kind of a good looking dude. And so they have these 2 images of him. And then the other images are just surveillance camera footage of the actual shooting. So it's a silenced pistol. Okay. It sounds like a professional hit, really. And then the only other things that they really know about it is etched on the shell casings were the words delay, deny, depose, which is a twist on a phrase used by the insurance company or lawyers who are dealing with insurance claims, which is delay the claim, deny the claim, and then defend your actions against these insurance claims. So to me, what it sounds like is somebody hired a hitman to kill this guy and send him. I have 2 requirements of you: kill this man and send this message. So they hired a professional hitman to carry this out. And as a professional hitman, this guy just disappeared into nothing. And they can't find anything about it. And the only evidence they have is the single image of him and the shell casings and a backpack full of Monopoly money. And it's just fascinating. Cut to the internet and the rest of the world laughing their asses off, and they don't give one fuck about insurance CEO who was making $10 million a year and was responsible for, I think, like $49 billion in insurance money that everyone's just like, we don't give a fuck. So my clips here, which I'll show off of Instagram, are the internet reacting to this in no particular order. Let me see here. Oh, okay. This is pretty funny. Let me make sure. Also share tab audio. Good. Let's make sure that we can hear this. So here is there are some decent CEOs in the world.
If you say so.
Oh, wait.
Your audio.
Huh. Why is everybody panicking?
I've been thinking the same thing. Like, it's weird, right? Like, how are these guys running their business?
Why would the customer be mad? I had an executive tell me we needed to increase the price of hot dogs, and I threatened to kill him.
Dude, I had the same thing. People always ask me, why don't you increase the price of your tea? Because we own everything. We're debt free. We make enough money. It's okay.
Yeah, it's super weird that everybody's freaking out. I mean, did they not run it that way?
Yeah, guess not.
Huh, weird. Want to go read more Reddit posts about how people love us? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh no, 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 no. All right, okay, it's good.
All right, so that's like the Costco CEO refused to increase the price of a hot dog, and Arizona iced tea. They've always
They've always done that. Yeah.
99-cent iced tea cans and shit like that. So people love those companies. All right, so that's the one.
You have the thing about Elon Musk.
What? No,
you didn't see that. Elon Musk, CEO of X, made a public appearance with his kid sitting on his lap. He was using his kid as a human shield.
Oh my god, that's despicable.
I mean, that's not why he was, but people are making jokes about it because of this.
It's because he's got like 11 other kids from like he's got triplets and twins and fucking named them all
shields.
Yeah, he's like these are all disposable, right?
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, I'm not sure what order I have these in, but let's see the next internet reaction to the assassination of this. Oh, okay. This one's I like this one. So this kid looks vaguely like the assassin. And so he gets in the car with his mom dressed like the assassin, and he keeps making the face. I have to set this up because when I first saw it, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? He keeps like striking this pose and shit, but he's making the face of the
security
killer.
Camera.
Of the security camera footage.
Yeah.
So that's what this one is. Let me make sure. Yeah.
Hello, Mumsy. How are you doing?
Jerry, go back. Change. No green jacket, no hood. This is serious now. A lot of people have been DMing me, messaging me. You have to go back and change. This is not funny. Are you listening to me? This is not a funny situation. Please listen to me. Jake. Oh my God.
What?
What don't you understand?
Oh my God. Let him live.
Crime. You need to go home and change. Do you
The
want to
person that it was done to did a lot worse.
I
Okay.
have 2
To
jackets.
the entire country.
I'm not negating
To the
that.
entire
I
country.
agree with you. However, there are 2 jackets in the back. Put one of them on. I'm gonna not
Stop doing that.
No, I'm not driving you. Put the jacket on in the back now. Take that jacket off.
You know what?
Take
What do you have against
the
hoods?
jacket off.
What do you have against hoods?
Jake?
There's only one type of hood I don't like, and it's a white one. Hello, Mumsy. How are you doing?
Jake.
It's shit.
So
I want that woman and her fucking Jamiroquai hat to just fucking remove her right from the shoulders up. She is the fucking worst human. And that kid, oh my God, I want to take her head, put it on the end and make it like a mace and remove his head with that mace.
So to that point, the internet is dispassionate about this, and I think most people.
I'm extremely passionate about what I just said.
I'm passionately for it.
Well, okay, so the internet is dispassionate about it, and I think most people's gut instinct is to be like, yeah, what I mean, we understand, but my point of these clips is the internet is turning me on it. Like I'm being sour to it. I was just like, okay, everybody loves this so much. Well, why? You know, like I don't get that. So
insurance companies fuck us every single day.
Right. Well, I know. I mean, I know why, but like, I'm starting to hate the people who love it more than I hate the fucking insurance people, which is bad. This happens on our show as well with, like, say, Paula Deen goes on the Today Show and is interviewed by Matt Lauer, and I start hating Matt Lauer more than I hate Paula Deen. You know, like this just happens.
It's tough to achieve, actually. So,
yeah, right. But the sanctimonious assholes become more insufferable than the victim. A lot
Hey
of
Joe,
time.
guess what? Guess what you have to look forward to?
That's what that's what's going to be me.
No, it's going to be in this next segment.
Okay, that's what Andy's bringing to the table. All right, so here's more. You know, obviously, if you're ever since outlaw posters, or if you're a Menendez brother or somebody in jail, women flock to you because if you're mildly attractive, women start falling all over themselves to fuck you, and that's happening in this case as well.
Yeah, okay.
I love all y'all. So they've named him the Adjuster. And this is saying, I wonder what star sign he is. He's literally the internet's boyfriend right now. The fact that there's no context needed. I'm looking for a man in vengeance. 6'5", blue eyes. I just don't want him to get caught. Me neither. Oh, Lord, I'm waiting on the thirst trap edits of The Adjuster. He woke up so early and hopped out of bed to work. Robin Hoodie. Organized and efficient. Virgo. I hope he's enjoying his day. He's so dreamy. Capricorn all day, committed to a goal until he achieves it. The grudge holding, the planning, the execution. Definitely a Capricorn. That is a Pisces or Gemini because he left Monopoly money in the backpack that they found in the park. He left Monopoly money? What does that mean? I'm on board. I just like as a prank to them, like, oh haha, you found my backpack. Here's some fucking
So yeah, that credit to that lady for that's where I found out that was that he left the Monopoly, which is just a hilarious fuck you. But that's where I really started to lose respect. What?
I hope Mercury's not in retrograde. What is she talking about? Because the guy that killed the CEO is so
juicy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I saw that post. And I'm like,
what's that drop from?
Candy Crush.
Oh, okay. Sorry to grind the show to a halt.
No, it's fine. It's a great drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I saw that and I'm like, oh, I kind of hate these people more than I hate insurance people now. But okay, last one before we move on. I don't know. I'll have to look at the preview before I can set it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is, I don't know if you're familiar with Run the Jewels, Ooh La La, where they're just burning the money in the street. But this is the equivalent. I don't know if this is actually real. Like, this may be taken from something else. But the caption is that this is in response to this happening.
Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find reaching, or something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition, feel the rain on your skin. No.
I mean, you said Run the Jewels and Monopoly. I thought there was going to be like flaming Monopoly money instead of.
Well, if you're familiar with the Ooh La La video, it's everybody dancing in the street, burning money because society's collapsing and shit like that. These people are just like, I suspect that video is not real because of the attire in the video. Like, I feel like they just dropped a caption on a random video of people just dancing in the street and shit like that and said this is them celebrating it because there's people in t-shirts in New York City in mid-December. So I suspect it's not real, but it's just what's happening. People are essentially celebrating this man's death.
If anything,
it's fascinating. If you're not following it, it's fascinating.
If anything, it's a meme about the assassination. So
the whole assassination has become a meme, which is
Joe, just before we move into the next like segment proper, there was another big international apology headline this weekend, and it revolves around. Do you want to share that? Just the headline: South Korean president apologizes for declaring martial law with possible impeachment vote looming. Producer Chris, as somebody that seems to be getting all their news from this show, this guy just declares martial law, and then like 4 hours later, he's like, "Just kidding."
No,
he recalled it.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay,
He declared martial law, and everyone else went,
"This just in."
No, that's not. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
like the rest of the government and everyone else is like, "You're not declaring martial law." That's like, he's like, "I declare martial law." They're like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah. As soon as I get out of this headlock, I'm gonna kick your ass.
So that's what's going on in South Korea. I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of memes about it, but
No, I'm caught up. Thank you.
As a show about apologies, I couldn't leave that out. Now, let's take it to the bridge. We're gonna get back on track with the chef apologies. Producer Chris, if you're not on the Patreon, we have producer Chris here because he is from the industry. He has kitchen experience, and if you were to sign up for our Patreon, we covered Mario Batali and Jamie Oliver and Greg Wallace. So if you're going to talk about chefs who step in shit, you have to talk about Gordon Ramsay.
Correct.
And this guy's basically made a career out of being a weapons grade asshole, right?
Yeah, that's his brand.
Okay. Does anybody have any kind of point of reference for Gordon Ramsay other than Hell's Kitchen? Maybe pre-Hell's Kitchen Gordon Ramsay?
No.
Master Chef. I mean,
these are things that happened after Hell's Kitchen debuted in the States.
Oh, he's a soccer player, right?
Is that how he started out?
He was like Vinnie Jones, right? Like Vinnie Jones was a soccer player and became a famous actor. I believe Gordon Ramsay was a soccer. What I don't know is, like,
I learned so much on this fucking show,
especially things that are completely untrue. I don't think that's true.
I'm looking it up.
When did he spend a lot of his younger years?
Hang on,
like cooking in France.
Hang on. This is like playing soccer in Canada, or like playing football in Canada or something. Like I was on the Latvian basketball team. Like, he played soccer for a living. I'm not saying like he was on Manchester United or something. I don't know what, but he definitely was like a soccer player and went on to become much more famous for being a chef.
Here comes Ed to fact check you.
Yeah.
So
by all means,
he was trying to become a footballer, which is a soccer player. And he played on the 14 and under team nationally. At 16, he moved, and that was kind of the end of his soccer career, is like 16.
So he played soccer in high school. Okay.
Well, no. See, over there it's different. Like, they go to academy. So he was actually in like their farm team. Like, he was being groomed.
So maybe,
and not in the way we typically cover, but he was being groomed.
So maybe what you would say is, if you ask Gordon Ramsay, he said when he was a boy, he said, "I wanted to be a soccer player, and I found out that that wasn't going to be my path in life, so I became a chef.
I became a prick."
Yeah.
He got super pissed off because he couldn't kick the ball far enough.
I played Pop Warner football when I was 14. I don't put it on my resume.
Well, Gordon Ramsay
I do.
does. I don't know it for no reason.
Yo,
I played the recorder. Sorry.
Yeah.
Different show. Sorry.
Yeah. I got an A in science.
That's always welcome.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot. Okay. I mean John, not Joe.
Either. Well, I got it.
Fits.
Right.
So he Gordon Ramsay is known for his cooking abilities. And he's known for being a tall blonde man that looks good on television. That's mainly why he has a career. And back in the UK, he had like a talk show at one point. He is just a television personality.
These British guys are always just like hosts.
Correct. Yeah, he's more like a Greg Wallace in that way, except he can actually cook. Whereas we've established that Greg Wallace can only feel up hideous women.
Right.
Check out the Patreon. But so Gordon, all these, housefraus are taken with Gordon because he's TV pretty and they like watching the man on TV. And he is a cad, like people like that. He kind of says what he thinks, whether you like it or not. And sometimes those things are, hitting on women that didn't really necessarily ask for it. And
she was asking for it.
Yeah, all these broads are asking for it over in the UK. That's what I've come to from hanging out with people from the UK. That's what I've learned. They all want it from Gordon Ramsay. Let's take a look at clip 11 here, Ed.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, my darling. I mean that. Don't look at me like that.
No, I know.
Is that a watch you've got there? What is that?
Stop. It's a little mole. I've had it this since I was a little kid.
Oh, really? It's like your little sister on your lips.
What?
I'm glad I kissed the cheek. What is that thing?
It's a little mole.
Serious? Well, are we done?
I like him. That's the likable Gordon Ramsay right there.
Now, this woman is Tracy Grimshaw, and she's, a news personality. She's an anchor that is tasked with interviewing Gordon Ramsay. And everybody's kind of excited about it at first till you get to know him. And they're wrapping things up, and everything seems kind of cool at this point, right? Let's look at clip 12.
Big cheese upstairs, happy? Yes? Yeah. Excellent, babe. Good to see you, my darling.
It's bastard.
Good to see you. I just kissed it.
Oh, shut up!
Fucking Mount Etna on there. Excellent. Feed it, will you please?
So he's going on and on about some wart that she has on her face. he's just roasting the shit out of her on her own show.
Yeah.
And she seems like,
he's pulling a Mark Normand.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to mind it, right? At the time. Until
it's very freeing if your whole personality is if everyone knows you as an asshole. Like, you can become very charismatic.
Right. You're like, oh, he wasn't as big of an asshole.
He wasn't as big of an
Carl
asshole.
Carl is very successful.
Yeah. Sure, he said that I have a weird growth on my face, but then he kissed me as he was saying it. That's very charming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, it should be established again. We were very international on the last episode. We were talking Italian food and American chefs and British chefs and Australian chefs. And it turned out that people from Australia had a bit of a thinner skin than you would think. As a country that's basically a prison planet, you would think that people would be a little more resilient, but they're pretty easily offended, as Jamie Oliver found out. And this Tracy Grimshaw is also Australian. This is Gordon doing a media tour through Australia.
Is she Aborigine?
Yeah. So he, just to set up kind of what a dickhead he is, Ed, can we skip ahead to 15? This is more of Gordon being on television and just being like Gordon the dickhead. People are like seeing him on the street.
It's an ocean of evidence of this.
That's what I'm setting up. It's just like there's example after example of people just like yelling at him and him being a dick.
Yelling at him.
The foul-mouthed foodie wasn't just taking aim at makeup staff, he also had weather presenter Lavinia Nixon in his sights. It was the start of a Ramsay rampage through the station. So within minutes of arriving at Channel 9, Gordon Ramsay had sworn at or assaulted at least 2 women.
And I'm sorry these clips are so shitty, but they have subtitles. If you're just listening, he's calling people out for having bad breath and fat asses and just telling women that they're annoying, like right to their face.
And this is like meeting Perez Hilton and being like, I didn't know he was going to be a catty bitch.
Yeah.
See, I'm with Chris on this. I really, really like this guy.
Yeah, he's great.
I'm not calling him out. I'm painting a picture of what his reputation
Exhibit
is.
A, if you will.
Yeah. Yes. And it goes on in clip 16, Ed.
Walking past off camera, she shouted out a compliment.
You spoken hard. You spoken what? You're spoken hard. I spoken hard. I said you spoken my now.
And he still wasn't finished. Next to be on the receiving end of his offensive and sexist conduct was ACA reporter Elise Moon.
Also, having run 10 marathons, extra virgin olive oil, pump for the nipples.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hot tip.
Hot tip.
Great.
It seems like a legitimate life hack. What?
Yeah. Hey, just grease up those nips, lady.
Yeah.
I happen to have some right here. Let me help.
I give some spunk and a half that you could grease your nips up with.
It's not like he offered to apply it.
Yeah, right.
The Waka Jawaka starts.
Yeah. Okay. So we've established that he says wild shit like that. And we've established that he appeared on that Tracy Grimshaw lady's show. Then I feel like after that appearance and all his comments about her wart,
The mole.
Yeah, she started taking him to task about it. Outside of after the appearance, just saying, hindsight being 2020. I didn't really care for that. And a bit of media feud erupts between them.
Some stairwell humor.
Yeah. To the point where Gordon is doing a live appearance. He's doing a live record and in front of a live studio audience, and he's got a big television screen behind him while people are like setting up the food. He's just like talking to the audience, and he's talking about things that happened to him while he's in Australia, people that he knows in Australia.
Can I call a shot here?
Sure.
What I'm fucking begging for to happen here is that this is a close-up on the mole on her face. Anyway, keep going.
that probably would have been better received.
Okay.
And all right, this is
not that. All right.
This is the live insult on stage, clip 29, Ed.
Talk about a demonstration going tits up within 5 minutes. Talking about tits up, swine flu. Look who I sat next to on the plane at Qantas. Where is it? There she is. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to tell you her name, but it begins with T. Now.
I've always wanted to meet her.
Before that, the woman on all fours or whatever.
I believe this is it's Tracy Grimshaw's face superimposed on a woman in a pig costume, and then it cuts to Miss Piggy, and he's alluding to the fact he made a few comments that Tracy Grimshaw was a lesbian pig.
So it's Donald Trump talking about Rosie O'Donnell. She's a pig. She's a total pig.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just erupts into a politically incorrect scandal.
Wait, Miss Piggy got involved too?
Yes, Miss Piggy had to whatever.
He's an assist.
Kirby, do something. Hi-ya!
This Piggy's karate chopping Gordon Ramsay on the Muppet Show.
Mm-hmm.
But what really happened is Tracy Grimshaw takes to the news and starts just lambasting Gordon.
As one does, yeah.
Yeah, in clip 13.
This is not a business for wimps, and I am not one. I think I've got a reasonable sense of humour too.
You wouldn't have that haircut
When
if you
Gordon
were.
Ramsay made fun of a little mole on my face in a taped interview, I laughed along and was happy to see it go to air. But that was nothing compared to the attack he unleashed on me the next day in front of 3,000 people who'd come simply to see him cook. I have no idea what prompted his outburst, which continued yesterday and again today. We've not spoken, and I have not responded until now. Gordon Ramsay has always had fair and generous treatment on this program, but despite what his publicist said in Damage Control, we do not have a great relationship. We have no relationship at all. I've played along with him in interviews because it's entertaining and that's my job. And I walk away afterwards and I don't think about him again. Last week, his publicists stipulated obsessively that his interviews on this trip not include questions about his marriage and private life.
Yeah.
We all know why.
He does seem to hate women.
I don't know why, but I can say that all his shit was done with humor, and yours seems to be a sober takedown of a guy you dislike.
Right.
Yeah. And that was greenlit by producers and everything. That's on her show.
We're going to find out that it goes, they're running this all the way as high up the food chain as they could possibly run it, to the point where, I mean, we've all seen The Simpsons where they're getting the boot out. You know, this is
who is it that Casey Kasem demands to talk to in the booth, where he's just like, "Is John here? Get him in here."
Yeah. Where are the pictures I ordered?
Yeah, where are the? That's her. Get him on the phone. What's going? That's her. She's like, "Have you heard about this Gordon Ramsay thing? We're doing a whole segment."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many days that this came up, but it was at least that segment and another on top of the initial appearance, and her people are calling Gordon's people and saying you're never gonna work in Australia again unless you kiss the ring, and Gordon has to go on. Yeah, he's doing
kiss the mole. What else do I have to do?
Kiss the mole. And so now he's forced to do a legit apology tour.
It's gonna go great.
Yeah, you can tell he's really enjoying himself here in clip 18.
Would you now agree inappropriate comments? Yeah, of course I'd agree it's inappropriate. Not clever. By no means did I expect it to, take this course. I have to be incredibly honest, and the tapes are there, on my children's life, I never ever called Tracy Grimshaw a lesbian. Having a reference, to innuendos, a picture of a pig.
I saw her haircut, and I assumed.
But I'm going to put my hand up in the air and, apologize for hurting her.
Okay.
So we get the legit apology, the obligatory apology, and
that's the first time lesbianism has come into the conversation.
Right. I mean, we didn't see the whole live event. I just wanted to showcase that specific part because that's the real thing that Tracy was upset about. But
sticky wicket.
Yeah. And now this is going to be the, it was just like in the moment. I was riffing. And this is just how the dice, how the dice rolled in clip 19. This is, I guess, Gordon recently had the swine flu, and that's how the Miss Piggy bit came in. Doesn't make any fucking.
That's how he caught it.
But also, on a personal front, it was never a vicious attack like it's been played out to be. I made a strong attempt on Saturday to contact her, and I suppose like any sort of petulant teenager gets frustrated when you get ignored, and the whole thing just escalated. It was done in a joke fashion, and it was in conjunction with an outbreak of swine flu. I felt ill when I first arrived here, and I had a picture of a pig that wasn't anything to do with Tracy, but there's a cross-reference to it 2 minutes later. So it was tongue-in-cheek at the time, clearly not clever now, but more importantly, somewhat mortified that this whole thing has just exploded.
Well, you both got a lot of eyeballs out of it.
Right. Yeah. There's no such thing as bad press.
British. Well, he's not British. It's Scottish or whatever. Those are the Isles there. The way, like the Jeremy Clarkson, Piers Morgan one that we did, like petty back and forth between people of the UK area is the most hilarious shit. Really, it is. I don't know how to describe it. It is just like when the apology is more funny than like whatever the offense was. That's where this seems to be going.
I think it comes because people from the UK, England, Ireland, Scotland, all of them, they love to be ruled. And because of that, they have this weird like sensibility and like politeness even when they're insulting people.
Yeah.
And it's just this weird thing, and that's what makes it so funny because they fucking hate each other. But they're just like, but they have to say something nice in order to keep it British.
That's interesting, like as a perspective, as far as like you're never going to be like on top, right? You're not in the royal family, so you're never at the top. So your response to shit will never be like, "Well, I'm the fucking best," because you're not. You never will be. So, I mean, that's interesting, at least from the region. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yes, let's, because Gordon is always going to insist that this was unintentional and he was just trying to be entertaining on stage. This was supposed to be a joke. And we like jokes. Let's have some fun. Can Tracy Grimshaw have some fun?
No. It's called Grimshaw.
It's like Tracy, laugh it up. Clip 20, Ed.
Tracy Dower asshole.
We had a picture of this lady on all fours, and it was like an effect of a swine flu. And someone cross-referenced, Tracy. I turned around and said, "You're going to get me into serious trouble." That's not the case. I did not say that was Tracy Grimshaw on that picture. And then the whole thing just sort of, took on a different course.
It was just on CinemaScope, the full Panavision image of a woman on a movie screen. I never said it was Tracy Grimshaw.
Yeah. Hard to say it was off the cuff when it was totally produced.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know if that was actually her like image on that. I'm assuming it wasn't.
It was her face superimposed on some fucking.
I don't know. We could watch it again. I'm not sure that's what it is, but it seems like he's saying somebody in the audience yelled out that that's who it was, and he just kind of rolled with it. Is seemingly what he's saying here. He's just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is, but her name starts with T. You know who I'm talking about. Wink, wink. That's kind of what happened. But they were, on social media saying shit about each other. So it's just like you're saying, you want that drama is entertaining.
Gordon said,
everybody getting along. Yes, he is mid, but people getting along is not entertaining. You want a bit of conflict, right?
Yeah, there's no story without it.
Yeah, right. Carl and Stuttering John don't live next to each other for no reason.
Or Chad Zumach, for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, he bought a house down there for the bid. What a great bid.
Yeah, it's going very well.
I have a boat.
In clip,
I'm on a boat.
So clip 21. This is just Gordon's style of entertainment.
Here we go.
That's my maybe level of over assertiveness in a way that it becomes, somewhat stupid. I didn't set out to do, what's been done. I suppose what I didn't envisage was the whole thing getting out of control. I said some very flippant things in my time, and I call it as I see it. So having a prattling around joke from a man's point of view about a renowned professional journalist and calling her a pig is not clever.
I don't know.
We're all listen. We've all been in relationships, okay? Like I'm married with my wife, okay? There's times where I just stop fighting. Like I'm just not talking. Like, what am I going to do? Argue with a woman about this? Like,
why bother?
Why? Yeah, like because really, what'll happen is I will just say the worst shit that could ever be said to somebody, and then I'll be divorced. Like, but when I stop talking,
keep it in.
when I stop
Wait a second.
talking,
That's how it happens? That's all I have to do?
the problem though is when you stop talking, they think they've won.
Oh, so it's an ego thing. I got you. Well, I smell bullshit on this because give me the timeline again, Andy. How long ago was this?
Oh God, I'm not sure, but
how famous was Gordon Ramsay at this point?
In Britain, very.
Okay.
I mean, this seems like
he would never do this interview if he was sincerely sorry.
Well, that's
Am I ruining everything?
No,
Okay.
no. But it was just going to be my point after that clip too. Have you ever seen this guy?
No fucking way.
Dressed down. He's always.
Yeah. He's looking at his shoes. When does he do that?
Yeah, he's always an alpha. He's always coming at people with both barrels. He's always getting all the respect from all the contestants.
And he's already made his point, and he keeps making it over and over again. So it's very performative.
Yeah.
Doesn't he usually grab 2 pieces of bread and like make somebody a stupid sandwich or something?
I've seen him
You're
like
getting me
there's
hungry,
been
buddy.
Customers like in his restaurant that come up and be like, "This food's terrible," and he's like throws like some pie, like takes food out of the garbage and throws it on a plate, and he's just like, "Here, pig, go fucking eat this." Like he doesn't take shit from anybody.
Right. Because that's to your point, Chris. Like how old this is. I guess he's not achieved that yet, and he's going to continue to just repeat what he's already said, be dressed down by this fucking tightwad that has been tasked with dressing him down on national television. And this is what you were talking about. This is where you start to, I mean, we've never really hated Gordon Ramsay. We've always kind of been delighted by him from the beginning of this, but this is where the interviewer guy becomes the villain, where he keeps putting the screws to Gordon, and Gordon is trying to say that this is really something I should be saying to Tracy, not to you.
Right.
But let's make a 3-minute interview a 7-minute interview.
Yeah.
In clip, what is this? 22, Ed.
Is this an unreserved apology?
I made attempts in many ways on Saturday to phone her.
Is this?
Well, it is in many ways, but it would like to be done face to face. That's the kind of guy I am.
There's the camera.
It was very weird saying, I mean, I'm going to say face to face. I'd rather Tracy was sat there than you.
Well, Tracy's going to be looking at this.
Right, okay. I just finished my sentence and I'll come on to that.
Yeah. Now he's back.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit arrogant of you to think that she'll be watching. I think Tracy has better things to do than watch this bullshit show. But anyway.
Yeah. Right. This is where Gordon goes full yay. And he's with Piers Morgan. He's like, hey, boy, I'm speaking. I finished my sentence, boy. But this guy insists that he deliver an apology to somebody who's not there. This is clip 23. Instead of face to face, it's just face to camera.
Right.
So it was not just stupid, but at the time you're in front of an audience of 3,000. You are creating a laugh, you get carried away in the moment, and then you don't have time to edit what's being said when you're live. So, Tracy, where do I start? First of all, you've shown me great respect and amazing support, I think, over the last 3 or 4 years. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to apologize for the stupid comments, and deeply mortified that the whole thing has gone this far. My apologies.
Now, you would think that would be good enough, right? Are you guys satisfied with that?
Did your parents ever make you shake hands with each other and then say you're sorry?
Yeah, probably. I mean, not.
And how real did that feel?
Yeah, no, right. Is anybody buying this? I think that he does regret things getting to this point, and we already talked about the fact that this went all the way up the food chain. We're going to find out in clip 24 here exactly how far it went.
I suppose when you're visiting a country and that country's prime minister refers to you as a lowlife, that's got to hurt.
You see, this whole thing has been taken out of text, like I said, over the last 48 hours, not just scrutinising the tapes. I never called Tracy Grimshaw a lesbian.
No, but
excuse me. So when the Prime Minister refers to me calling Tracy Grimshaw a lesbian pig, it is factually incorrect.
Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, Federal Health Minister.
Oh, you don't need to go down. When you hit the Prime Minister, trust me.
You get the message from our pollies.
You don't have to tack yourself onto that list, sir.
Yeah. So Tracy Grimshaw is calling the president about you're gonna kick Gordon Ramsay out of Australia because he hurt my feelings.
Well, Andy, one of the first ones we ever did was Johnny Depp and Amber Heard with Pistol and Boo and the dogs. And it seems to me that Australia takes everything personal. Like, if you insult one Australian, you've insulted the entire fucking country. And it's going all the way up till the fucking prime minister who's going to demand an apology from you.
Yeah.
It seems like an indictment of Australia more than anything.
They're a derivative of the UK. They love to be ruled. They love to be told what to do. They're into it. It makes them happy.
When you insult one of them, you insult all of them. It's a hive mind country.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so now he's apologized to the camera, and he has been dressed down by the prime minister, and it's still not fucking good enough for this day. I wish I had looked up this interview guy's name because I like him less and less. But in clip 25, he's just gonna keep taking him to task.
And the public.
Listen, I'm not smarting on this. I said to you, whether it was a bouquet of flowers, which sounds a little bit creepy, I wanted to talk to Tracy face to face. The minute I knew I'd overstepped the mark, so I put my hand up and I admit that it was stupid. But you're here today. I tried to rectify this on Saturday. Been hounded and propelled. I didn't need to continue jibbing, but that's where it started going seriously wrong.
All right. I mean, how if I call her and she doesn't want to talk to me, how am I supposed to apologize to her? Right.
Well, right. It also becomes like, what are we going to achieve here? Right. As far as this is something that she and I should have. Who was it? Fuck. We just did one where it was like, I talked to that person. We had the conversation. I don't need to I don't owe the public an apology. Like what you're asking for is something that is completely unnecessary.
Right.
Like I owe her an apology. That's fair. You would like me to apologize to her? You would like to be the vehicle of the apology? That's what you want.
I want to watch
you do the delivery system of this apology.
No, Andy covered it. They want to get out the boot, like in the early Simpsons.
Yeah, right.
The boot.
But it's just like what you want is bullshit. Like, and now it's just become a power dynamic of you want me to dance to your fucking tune, and that's bullshit.
3-way heat, man. She's getting some, he's getting some, and the interviewer, what's his lips,
Yep.
is
Yep.
loving this.
Yeah, right.
And you're right, because he won't let it be done in clip 26.
I'm like a school child. Someone shows me attention and it's funny. That's what I am. I've made a big mistake. I've gone too far. If any of you guys had called my wife a pig and it was in front of me, I'd punch your lights out. And I am deeply, deeply sorry for the hurt that's been caused. And I accept full responsibility and I want to put it to bed.
Yeah, he totally does.
Yeah. Are we done with this yet? Can this please be over now?
Yeah. Am I mispronouncing sorry? What the fuck is wrong here?
Yeah, right.
I promise I will stay sorry.
Yes. Gordon Ramsay is getting a free T-shirt. But this dick, we can't end this without this fucking weasel guy just throwing on just a fucking hack joke, attempt at a joke, insult that is going to make everybody hate this guy more than they hate Tracy Grimshaw or Gordon Ramsay. In clip 28, Ed.
Humble pie, normally one of your specialties?
Humble pie is something that from this day on is something I'll be eating for breakfast the rest of my life.
Yeah. Are you happy you got to say your cute chef joke that your producer wrote?
Yeah, and he played along, which I don't think we'll ever see that again from Gordon.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He would have told that guy to fuck off 10 times already.
He looks like he could box. You know?
Yeah, there's no reason for him to be putting up with this shit.
Right. This created who Gordon Ramsay is today, because he's like, I'll never let this happen ever again.
I think you nailed it, Joe.
That's probably accurate, because now
That's why I've never been married.
Yeah. Because now, guess what? Tracy Grimshaw gets to take a fucking victory lap about this interview. And our last clip here, clip 27.
One final word now on all of this, and believe me, it'll be brief. I didn't expect Gordon Ramsay to apologise. I didn't ask for it, and I didn't think it would help. But it has, and I accept it. I told him that in a phone call he made to me just a short time ago. The reason I didn't take his call on Saturday was that he was insisting through third parties back then that it was all just a joke, and I really wasn't interested in debating the toss with him on whether or not I had a right to be insulted. I didn't believe an apology was on offer that day, and his escalating attacks over the next couple of days convinced me that conclusion had been right. He told me today he kept sniping because I hadn't taken that call. I believe it's taken a lot for a bloke with Gordon's sort of personality to turn around from all that he's said in the past 4 days and offer what he has today, and I appreciate it. Finally, let me clarify something that I feel is important.
Oink, oink.
Insults that were flung around during these days, the insinuation that I was gay, whatever word was used, was not one of them. Some of my best friends are gay, and their homosexuality is as irrelevant to me as my heterosexuality is to them.
Super gay.
I existed on Monday night purely because I wanted to rebuke him for taking a pot shot at my private life when his had been so clearly off limits. Our conversation today was polite and genuine, and I'm glad of it. I really don't plan to say any more.
Good.
Let me just reset the fact that I'm alluding to the fact that he cheats on his wife as I accept my apology.
Now that I've had the final word, I'll never mention this again.
And it's not a mole, it's a zit.
Yeah. So I think you're right, Joe. This is asshole Gordon's origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I really don't appreciate about a lot of, and we don't run into this a lot with like the people that we cover on here, but there are times where it's just manipulation. It's just trying to get, like, she just wants to get him to say something that he doesn't want to say. And once he does, oh, it's okay. We've seen
Sure.
that. Usually that falls into Andy and I don't cover reality TV a lot. But when
Good
we do,
idea.
that's where it all falls. I want you to do this. I'm going to get you to do what I want you to do, which is apologize to me. And that's what this was.
Well, it also incites emotion with the public. That's another major motivation, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's just control and manipulation most for this part, anyway.
I think one of the key points to the control and manipulation thing is we all know who Gordon Ramsay is.
Right.
Nobody knows either one of those two assholes from Australia.
I don't know
Nobody.
who Tracy Grimshaw
Don't give
is.
a fuck. Still don't.
Yeah. So whether he is happy about it or he's sad about it, he's still, killing it in Australia and
he doesn't remember this incident whatsoever.
No, but they're probably still airing his show over there, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
By winning, I win here and I win there. Now what?
Well put,
Gordon Ramsay.
You, Charlie.
So do we accept his apology the first, second, third, and fourth time that he issued it? Do we accept any of those?
Yeah. Yes. Also, she's just embarrassing herself for even addressing it. Like, why bring it up? This guy called me a hatchet-faced lesbian. Hey, everyone, did you hear about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? I mean, he attacked me. Well, I didn't. I didn't know about it. But
what about my integrity?
If that really went down the way it did at a live show and it wasn't a package, a production package intended to insult her and it just rolled that way, I could see that happening. I could see it getting away from me,
Mm-hmm.
That's also an interesting point though, too. Like it was maybe done at a kind of a private event, like a live thing, and somebody recorded it and posted it to the internet or whatever. It's not like there's just like you have to kind of dig to find something like that.
And let's say you're a 56 or 57-year-old loser that's flirting with a 26-year-old girl, and she records all of your conversations, and then some asshole plays it on stage at a comedy club for fans of a podcast. Does that mean that if everybody doesn't show that on the internet, that it really affects you in any single way?
You should run and try and attract as much of attention to that as you possibly can.
Yes. When you want to keep someone private, you go to the media.
Yeah. Hey, everyone, they said this about me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think Gordon Ramsay does have some integrity. And I will accept his apology if that was the situation and that wasn't the intention.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like initially that was what he was trying to say. And he's like, can I get out of here now? And so that's my take.
Yeah. The good one is that he called her personally and apologized to her personally. And the only thing, what we're really getting is that she said that he did that. And so respect for that.
Yeah. And it really just comes down to, I'm sorry, I thought you could take a joke, but turns out you can't. So if your feelings were hurt, I am very, very sorry.
So sorry, so sincerely sorry.
That's a tremendous point, Andy. What we found out is that Tracy Grimshaw cannot take a joke. That's what you told the world. I can't take a joke.
To take it even further, I think we found out that she's not as hot as Miss Piggy. And she's embarrassed about it.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had to pick between the two, I would pick Miss Piggy. Well, that is Gordon Ramsay, everybody. And Chris, I can't thank you enough for lending your valuable time to our little show over here.
Thanks, man. No one's ever called my time that before, but whatever, man. My pleasure.
It's
my
valuable
pleasure
to me when I get to spend time with you. Do you, as this is probably airing on a different day, do you want to plug anything else? I know you just plugged, but let's plug again.
I'm producer Chris. I am Carl's permanent co-host, apparently. And Who Are These Podcasts? Check it out. Check us out at whoarethese.com.
That's right. And let's bring up Hackamania coming up in May again.
Right around the corner.
A short 5 months away.
Vegas
it's gonna
again?
Yes, we are in Vegas. It is going to be a balls out good time. We got so many things planned. I can't mention them all here, so.
Yeah, I don't know how you top public fingerings, but I'm sure they'll figure something out. I'm sure Rocco's working on it right now. Got the shocker all queued up.
Stuttering Johnson might be involved.
Yeah, maybe me. I couldn't make it last year. Neither could you. So.
I know you. This is going to be Chris and I's first Hackamania, so we're very excited.
Mm-hmm.
And I am excited to have everybody follow us on Instagram, Joe. I need people to find our YouTube channel and like and subscribe and check out what we have going up over there. We're releasing some of the old paywall stuff. I've been doing it on Fridays. I've been populating the YouTube channel with some exclusive content, as well as this full episode arriving on Wednesday. But if you subscribe to our Patreon for $5, you get the Mario Batali episode and Jamie Oliver, as well as we had Mike Tyson we recently did. We did some Thanksgiving fails. These are only living on Patreon for $5. And if you subscribe for $10, you get the exclusive episode early. You get the primary episode early. And I think it's worth it, is what I'm going to say. I don't know.
And Andy, I'm replying to YouTube comments from months ago, from years ago, is what Andy's telling me. So, go respond to a video that we put out a long time ago, and I'll reply to a comment probably.
What are you saying to those old videos? No, you go fuck yourself, sir.
You said what a year ago?
No, you're this. I'm not a pig lesbian. You're
a gay pig lesbian.
All right, for producer Chris, for Fat Edgy, for Joe Sixpack, I'm Trucker Andy saying,
stay sorry.
Peace.